Hey, this is Rich, and in today's video I'm going to be showing you just basically at a high level how you can go ahead and transition to your first cybersecurity position without prior experience and without a college degree. Let's go ahead and actually start there. Everybody that's interested in transitioning over to cybersecurity largely can, and you don't need a college degree, nor do you need prior working experience to go ahead and transition into this field in tech. But you do actually need to get some basic foundational understanding, and you also need to go ahead and get some hands-on training, work on a few projects, get certified in order to go ahead and make this switch. But if I'm you and I'm putting myself in your situation right now, you're probably at a stage right now where you may be somewhat interested in cybersecurity. Maybe somebody told you that, hey, I think cybersecurity might be a good field for you. Or you're just kind of, randomly maybe saw an ad or just did some random research. You may not really understand that. You may not have really decided that this is the right path for you. But at the same time, you're interested enough to know that this isn't completely out of the cards, right? So where you want to start is just understanding some of the basics of cybersecurity. And this is before you even go ahead and commit to a program. You can go ahead and I would say do a few online courses, Coursera, edX, Udemy, watch some YouTube videos, go ahead and actually talk to some people. But just get some very basic surface level understanding of cybersecurity before you go ahead and actually commit to the program. I think the next step, once you have determined, I think I'm really interested in this, I want to give this more of a shot, you can go out there and do one of two things. You can go out there and kind of level up and get a little bit more foundational knowledge, as I've highlighted over here in this Notion page, or you can go ahead and skip this and actually start looking at certificate programs and really prepare to get the foundational knowledge that you need to go ahead and make this career transition a reality for you, where you're actually embarking on the first step. When it comes down to taking step number 3, this is the part where you want to go ahead and research which programs are the right programs for you. Obviously, if you go ahead and schedule a call with us, we'll go ahead and actually walk you through, take care of you step by step, the entire journey, how long it's going to take, what are the skills that you need to learn. But if you're just at the very surface level of exploring, I would just say start off with YouTube videos, start off with Udemy, Coursera. A lot of these programs are free. I think YouTube is actually one of the best places to just go out there and just learn anything. You can start there. But once you actually really decide to go ahead and commit, then you want to go ahead and actually start thinking about what programs you're going to take, because there are some people that are on YouTube that say that they have made this transition completely on their own. But I think they are the outliers and definitely not the norm, because the amount of knowledge that you need to take on, if you don't have feedback from a coach, if you don't have instructors that you can talk to, if you don't have other classmates that you can go ahead and regularly converse with, it's really hard to keep accountable. And even if you're really gung-ho about it, if you don't have, you're going to run through roadblocks where you don't understand something. And if you have to spend all that time trying to figure it out, not saying that you can't, unless you're an extreme genius, it could take you anywhere between 7 to 12 months to make this transition, and about 50 to 80% of your time is just figuring out what is it that you need to do. When if you had somebody that was alive to answer your questions, you can go ahead and move on, knock that challenge out of the way, and go ahead and move on to the next problem. Once you get certified, you want to get as much hands-on practice as possible. So you want to apply what is it that you learn. I mean, you're not going to learn how to swim by watching YouTube videos of Michael Phelps, right? So I've had I'm pretty sure there's a bunch of you that have friends that want to go into accounting. They take some accounting classes at a community college or at a university, and they get an accounting internship. Doing great in classes is fantastic. I mean, it's a start, but if you don't actually apply what it is that you learn to real world scenarios, solving real world problems, all that knowledge doesn't go anywhere. In fact, a lot of people would argue that it's not even retainable if you don't go ahead and use it. So the next step after that is you actually definitely want to go and get hands-on experience. This is actually why taking a certificate program and choosing the right one is so important, because if you're choosing the right certificate program for you, you want to be getting this knowledge while you're applying this knowledge at the same time, and that way you can go ahead and retain this knowledge a lot better. Next up, join some cybersecurity communities. Join as many cybersecurity communities as you can. And here, I'm not biased. You want to go ahead and meet other people that are already in the field. You want to meet other people that are teachers in the field. You also want to go ahead and meet other people that are just like you. For us, we have our own community on School. The link is in the description. You should go out there and also meet other people that are kind of starting out where you're starting out, and you also have access to people that were exactly where you're at right now, maybe 6 months or even 12 months or like 2 years ago. So you can see what are the challenges that they're dealing with, what they would do if they could do it all over again. And then at the same time, it's great if you can go through this program with like other friends. So definitely go ahead and check out our School community, completely dedicated to cybersecurity career changers, because you want to go ahead and meet as many other people as possible that they're not just talking about cybersecurity. Like, our group is very specific to the people that are committed to making a career transition into cybersecurity. Once you do that, build yourself a portfolio. And once you have your certificate, once you've gotten your hands-on experience, this right here is largely just, I think, for like mental, like I think it's like some degree of just support so that you know you're not the only one going through it and you have some resources, live resources to rely on. But the next stuff is get your portfolio together and get ready to interview. And I think the really scary but also very exciting part is now you can go ahead and apply to jobs. Now you can go out there and start interviewing. And you can start applying to these entry-level positions, the titles I have listed basically right here. But this is the part where, you know, if you're spending your time correctly, you should have already been like practicing your interview pitch. And yes, companies do hire talent that's coming out from a certified program. So if you're thinking like, you know, even if I get all the training, I did all of the work, I built my portfolio, am I still going to be able to get interviews? Yes. There are 750,000 cybersecurity openings right now in the country. It is by far the fastest and largest growing segment in the tech market. You definitely want to go ahead and get in on the action. But getting all the first things first is you need to get into the interviews. But if you don't have the training, if you don't have the portfolio, if you don't know how to interview, you don't know how to answer their interview questions, that you're not giving a good impression, you know, you're not going to go ahead and get the job. And this is a lot of work for you to not get anything out of it. Last but definitely not least, these certificates that I've mentioned basically up here, they are the first of many certificates that you're going to go ahead and get. Like in any other career field, you're going to constantly keep on learning. So my next steps that I'd recommend for you is, and you could be in any stage, our program doesn't put pressure on people. So if you just want to go ahead, schedule a call to see if cybersecurity is even right for you, go ahead, schedule a call. We will give you all of this frontline knowledge, so you don't have to spend the next week, 2 weeks. Sometimes I even hear people spending 1 month researching cybersecurity programs, and they don't even know what to look for. You know, we get people that call us like, okay, that all sounds good. Like, what questions should I be asking you? Like, they don't even know how to do that. We will give you the resources to go out there and continue your research, because ultimately what's important is you making this career transition if this is the right career path for you. But definitely, if you don't feel like you're ready to do the call, join the School community, interact with other people. Who knows? These are people that are going to be your future colleagues and be part of the network that you're in, because soon enough, if you're watching this video right now, most likely you're you know, if you're willing to do the work, welcome to a career in cybersecurity. My name is Rich with Elevate. Schedule the call. We look forward to speaking with you very, very soon. Also, in our School community, we have a ton of resources in there, resume guides, employee interview referrals, and all that. So you definitely want to go ahead and just tack onto it. Even if you're already part of our program right now, please come into our community. We would love to see if there's anything that we can do to help you make this transition. If it's within our power, we would love to go out there and help you out as well.